Hello Potterheads, and all potential Potterheads. In today's video, we will explain the life of Ginny Weasley, the Quidditch prodigy and Harry's future wife. From her early life to her life after the Second Wizarding War, this is the life of Ginny. Enough with the intro. Let us begin. Early life. Ginevra Molly Weasley was born on August 11, 1981, to Arthur and Molly Weasley. Simply known to her family and friends as Ginny, she is a pure-blood witch, which was the first girl born into the Weasley family in a long time, after several generations to be exact. Ginny was born 2 months earlier, before the first defeat of you-know-who. Along with her 6 older brothers, Ginny grew up in the Borough, on the outskirts of Ottery St. Catchpole in Devon, England. Despite the majority of her brothers being promising Quidditch players, Ginny was not allowed to play with them when she was a child. She would constantly steal her family's broomsticks. However, it is not revealed until much time later. On September 1st, 1991, her brothers departed for Hogwarts for their school year, and Ginny was there to accompany her mother. She begged to be put on the train so she could go to Hogwarts. However, she was still young at the time to attend the school. First year at Hogwarts. Ginny started the education at Hogwarts School for Witchcraft and Wizardry in 1992, 1 year later after Harry Potter. When she saw Harry the first time at King's Cross, Ginny immediately developed feelings for him and didn't get him out of her mouth all summer long. Ginny became extremely clumsy around Harry and had a bad habit of knocking things over when he entered a room. After buying all the necessities for school, even though they were a second-hand product, Ginny was genuinely happy about her departure to Hogwarts. While buying this stuff, they met with Lucius and Draco Malfoy. And of course, the Malfoys started their tantrums about Muggleborns and whatnot. During the meet, Lucius somehow managed to slip the Bewitched Diary of Tom Riddle into her books. When she arrived at Hogwarts at last, she was sorted into Gryffindor House, like all the Weasleys before her. After discovering the Bewitched Diary, she began writing in it, and to her own surprise and amazement, the diary wrote back. As she wrote many personal things in the diary, Ginny started to become vulnerable to Tom Riddle's memory, and the diary had very big influence on her. As the time progressed, the memory of Tom Riddle was able to take full control of Ginny, and used her to open up the famous Chamber of Secrets. With the opening of the Chamber of Secrets, she released the Serpent of Slytherin, the Basilisk. It was the start of the attacks that would happen in Hogwarts that year. The serpent had power to petrify, with several students, Miss Norris, the cat of Argus Filch, experiencing this. Tom Riddle's diary forced her to write a threatening message on the wall. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware. The memory of Tom Riddle had fed off her, gaining enough strength to become a corporal and regain the appearance of his 16-year-old self. As Tom grew stronger, Ginny's life was fading away slow until she passed out unconsciously, only to be saved by Harry later in the Chamber of Secrets. She was sent off to the hospital wing to recover. Second year at Hogwarts. While this is not actually portrayed in the movie, Ginny and her family traveled to Egypt in the summer of 1993 to visit her brother Bill. She would visit various places, tombs, and have a good time. While on the Hogwarts Express on her way back to the school, Ginny was separated from her brothers until the train stopped because of the Dementors. Some way, somehow, she found her way into the compartment containing Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Professor Lupin. As the Dementors entered the compartment, Ginny was one of the first affected by them, as she had horrible experiences with the Bewitched Diary the previous year. However, we don't see Ginny too much in her second year at Hogwarts. Well, except when Harry fell off his broomstick in a Quidditch match during the storm. She then visited him at the hospital wing and made him a get-well-soon card while blushing furiously. Third year at Hogwarts. Before starting her third year at Hogwarts, Ginny spent a lot of time with Hermione in the summer of 1994. Ginny shared her room with Hermione and made a great friendship with her. She received numerous advices from Hermione regarding Harry Potter, and she definitely was not that shy anymore around Harry. Ginny also attended the Quidditch World Cup final on August 25th with the majority of her family. However, when the Death Eaters appeared, she was shaken by their presence. We don't know where she hid, but she definitely was hidden good enough. After returning to Hogwarts, which hosted Tri-Wizard Tournament that year, she rooted for her crush, obviously. However, as a third year, she was not allowed to the ball unless asked by an older student. In the end, she was asked by Neville Longbottom, and she accepted. But she was displeased to hear that Harry asked Cho Chang to the ball. Although not happy with her date, she met Michael Corner at the ball and started dating at the end of the year. Fourth year at Hogwarts. With the news that Lord Voldemort had returned in the summer of 1995, Ginny's parents became active members of the Order of the Phoenix. As a result, the family was relocated to the Order's headquarters at 12 Grimmauld Place that summer. Then Harry arrived at number 12, and as you know, Ginny was pleased to see Harry. But she would not be the same girl as she was before. She showed none of that embarrassment and shyness towards him. When she returned to Hogwarts on September 1st, 1995, the school would get a new member, new defense against the arts teacher, Dolores Umbridge. The famous trio then formed a study group to teach practical defense spells, and Ginny joined, bringing several other students. During the first meet of the group, she came up with a name for the group, naming it Dumbledore's Army. During her time in the group, Ginny showed great talent for defensive magic, which highly impressed Harry and made her brothers jealous. After the lifelong Quidditch ban for Harry, Fred, and George given by Dolores Umbridge, Ginny tried out for the team and became the new Seeker. However, she preferred to play as a chaser and scoring goals. Some months later, her father would be attacked by Nagini, Lord Voldemort's snake, and she spent Christmas at 12 Grimmauld Place. After Christmas, she returned to Hogwarts and played her first Quidditch game as the new Seeker. Somehow, she captured the Golden Snitch. Later that year, in May, Ginny played her second game of Quidditch for the Gryffindor team against Ravenclaw. She has captured the Golden Snitch once again, only this time securing the Quidditch Cup for Gryffindor. Her boyfriend wasn't happy with the result, and because of this attitude, she dumped him. As Dolores Umbridge took the spot of Dumbledore as headmaster, she ordered to capture every associate of Harry Potter, including Ginny. However, Hermione somehow convinced Dolores that they had made a weapon that Dumbledore had told them to make, and lured her into the Forbidden Forest, leaving Ginny, Ron, Luna, and Neville alone against the Inquisitorial squad. Ginny dealt with Draco Malfoy, hitting him with her preferred Bat Bogey Hex. Later on, the group entered the Ministry of Magic with the purpose to find Sirius Black, because he was in mortal danger. Shortly after, the group found themselves surrounded by Death Eaters. Ginny was threatened with torture by Bellatrix Lestrange, but was not tortured due to the reductor curses that the group would conjure at the same time. However, she was injured in the fight, breaking her ankle. Fifth year at Hogwarts. As the years passed by, Ginny's love for Quidditch increased as she practiced to be the new chaser for her team. So in her fifth year at Hogwarts, she tried the role of chaser and was brilliant at it. As a result, she got a spot in the team. During the first Quidditch match of the season against Slytherin, Ginny intentionally crashed her broomstick into the commentary box because the commentator, Zachariah Smith, a Slytherin house student, had been making not-so-good comments about the Gryffindor team. Earlier that year, Horace Slughorn praised her talent for her Bat Bogey Hex curse and invited her to his Christmas party. After Christmas ended, Harry was on detention for using the curse Sectum Sempra on Draco Malfoy, so Ginny took his spot as Seeker. They played their last game of the season with defeating Ravenclaw and winning the Quidditch Cup once again. During the post-match celebration, Ginny kissed Harry and they started dating after that. Sixth year at Hogwarts. We don't see much of Ginny in her final year in Hogwarts. However, she restarted the Dumbledore's army group with Luna and Neville with only one purpose, and that purpose was war. When Harry arrived at Hogwarts on May 1st, 1998, she was pleased to see him along with Hermione and Ron. And as you know, Ginny survived the Second Wizarding War after the defeat of you-know-who. Life after Hogwarts. After the ending of the war, Ginny married Harry, and they had 3 children together: Albus Sirius, James Sirius, and Lily Luna. Before the children were born, she was a Quidditch star. By 2020, Ginny was the sports editor for the Daily Prophet. We end our video here, guys. If we missed some crucial facts about the life of Ginny Weasley, tell us in the comment section below. If you want more content like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button to get notifications as soon as our new video pops up. Thank you for watching.